The scan comes back. It's just a hairline fracture. But the doctor, at Bakugo's suggestion, orders overnight observation. You're in a hospital bed, and they literally have nowhere else to be. Bakugo's criticizing the hospital's security protocols, while Kirishima is trying to fit both of them onto the tiny guest chair. How do you handle the overprotective energy when you're just trying to sleep? The mission had been going well. That was the thing about disasters. They never announced themselves. One moment, you were clearing the civilians from the third floor of a half evacuated office building, shouting directions over the chaos of a villain fight happening 2 blocks south, and the next, the floor shuddered beneath your feet like something alive and angry. Wayan, status. Bakugo's voice crackled through your earpiece, sharp and clipped, the way it always was when he was focused. Third floor, almost done. 2 more civilians and then I'm out. Make it fast. He grabbed the last woman by the arm and guided her toward the stairwell, the building groaning around you in a way that made your stomach drop. The structural damage must have been much worse than the team had estimated. You could feel it in the way the walls seemed to exhale, the subtle wrongness in the floors give beneath your feet. You get the woman to the stairs, pointed her down, and she ran. And then the ceiling came down. It happens in fragments. A crack like a gunshot somewhere above you, and then a sound like the earth swallowing itself whole, and then nothing but pressure and darkness and the particular suffocating silence that follows catastrophic noise. You didn't lose consciousness. That might have been way worse in a way. Being fully awake while the world pressed down on you from every direction, thus flooding your throat, one arm pinned beneath a concrete slab that had to weigh more than a car. You coughed, spit grit, tried to think, breathe, assess. Your legs were free. One arm was as well. The other wasn't going anywhere without help. The space around you was small, but not nothing. A pocket of air caught between collapsed beams, the way they taught you in rescue training, the kind of structural coincidence that kept people alive long enough to be found. Your earpiece was still in, somehow. Bakugo. Your voice came out wrecked and unfamiliar. Kirishima. Static. Baku, I'm down. Third floor. Northeast side. I need help. What? His voice came through so suddenly you flinched. Not a question. A command for you to repeat yourself. To clarify. Because what he'd heard could not possibly be correct. The building came down on me. I'm okay, but trapped. There was a beat of silence that lasted a decade. Then, Kirishima. Bakugo's voice had changed, stripped of everything except focus. Northeast corner. Now. You could hear them before you saw any light. Kirishima's voice first, calling your name at intervals, calm and steady, and deliberate in the way he got when he was forcing himself not to panic. And beneath that, Bakugo's voice directing, this beam, move it here, careful, watch the load bearing, with the kind of controlled fury that meant he was terrified. I can hear you, he called out. I'm here. We know where you are. Bakugo's voice, muffled through meters of rubble, still managed to sound like a reprimand. Stop talking. You're wasting air. I have plenty of air. You don't know that, Katsuki. A pause, and then. What? I'm okay. He didn't respond to that. You heard Rubble shifting. Kirishima found the gap first. A silver of gray light appeared somewhere to your left, widening as he worked. And then his voice was much closer, almost directly above you. I can see her. Katsuki, she's right here. The slab's on her arm. It's not. He cut himself off, and you heard him take a breath. It's not too bad. She's okay. I said I was okay. You're going to have to stop being smug about that eventually, Kirishima said, and his voice had gone warm with relief, in a way that made your chest ache. More light, and more space, and then Bakugo's face appeared in the gap above you, covered in dust and a thin cut across his jaw, eyes scanning you with an intensity that would have been frightening if you didn't know exactly what it meant. Your arm, he said. I know. Can you feel it? Yes, it's not. Katsuki, it's not crushed. It's just pinned. I can feel everything. Something moved through his expression, and you'd been with him long enough to read the things he didn't say, the fraction of a second where the fear showed, before he locked it away and replaced it with action. All right. Ijiro, left side. We left on 3. They moved the slab. It took both of them and a controlled burst from Bakugo's right hand, and it took approximately 4 seconds. And the moment the weight lifted from your arm, you made a sound that you would deny making for the rest of your life. Kirishima had you out in under a minute. Hi, you said. Don't do that again. His voice was rough. I'll do my best. Bakugo appeared behind them. He didn't say anything immediately, just looked at you and the pinned arm you were cradling against your chest. And then he reached out and took your free hand in both of his. Is it broken? He asked, nodding toward your arm. Maybe, probably not. It doesn't feel like. We're getting it scanned. Katsuki, we are getting it scanned. You looked at him, the tension still living in his shoulders, the way he hadn't let go of your hand. Okay, you said, giving up. All right then. He exhaled, small and controlled, and some of the tension left him. Kirishima kept one arm around you as the 3 of you picked your way through the rubble, toward the perimeter, toward medics and noise, and the ordinary world that had kept going while yours had briefly stopped. I heard you, Bakugo said quietly after a moment. When he first called in, I heard what you said. You looked at him. I know, you replied. He didn't say anything else. He didn't have to. His hand stayed in yours the entire way. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.